Flameo Hotman, welcome back to our channel. Today, we've got an epic showdown between two of the most skilled firebenders in the Avatar universe. It's Zuzu.
Zuzu?
Okay, Zuko. The prodigal crown prince of the Fire Nation. And Avatar Aang's firebending teacher. Versus Mako. Republic City's finest and a pro-bending champion. So who's gonna win? Who will emerge as the ultimate firebender? Well, we're about to find out. Now, let's take a closer look at our first contender, shall we? You see, right from when he was a hot-headed young boy, you could tell there were lots of potentials hidden inside him.
What?
You really should open a window in here.
For starters, Zuko was fortunate enough to have been taught by great firebending masters. First, he was taught by this guy.
No, power in firebending comes from the breath, not the muscles.
The famous Dragon of the West. The same man who did this and invented a brand new form of firebending, lightning redirection. Which he taught to Zuko, who was able to redirect his bloodlusted father's lightning attack. Zuko's improvement after being taught was massive, beginning from when he fought Zhao. I know beating Zhao isn't that big a deal, but remember Zuko beat him earlier on, before he even began to truly show how skilled he was.
Excellent form, Prince Zuko.
You taught me well.
I've said it many times, what makes Zuko one of the best firebenders ever is his masterful discipline of controlling his own body temperature.
You rise with the moon. I rise with the sun.
You know what's even more impressive than Zuko being able to keep warm in a prison ice chamber? It's the fact that he's able to do this. Even after suffering extremely cold temperatures, being battered twice by Katara, borderline hypothermia, and fatigue, dude was still able to firebend in such extreme conditions. Then, he went on to get some firebending knowledge from these guys, Ran and Shaw.
These are the masters.
Still think we can take them?
Shh! I never said that.
What blows my mind about Zuko's talent is that he saw the rainbow dragon fire once, and was able to create a dragon vortex without any guidance. This technique is also known as the strongest fire attack in the series, which consists of all types of fires at the highest degree. And it's a move no other firebender is capable of doing. He was able to create firejet propulsion in the freezing cold while carrying a grown man. Because Zuko learned the true ways of the dragon, his fire seemed to be more powerful than ever, and he became more defensive, fluid, and circular. If you look at Azula's face, she's shocked he's able to dispel her best attacks with ease. However, the dragons didn't make him stronger, because I know that's one of the biggest misconceptions in the Avatar fandom. The dragons only showed him information that firebending is energy and life. That's why Zuko said,
I understand.
Zuko got so much stronger because he accepted his true destiny and got rid of his identity issues.
That's why my firebending was so weak before. Because for so many years, hunting you was my drive.
But that's not all though. Even Uncle Iroh told Zuko that if he learns from only one source,
It becomes rigid and stale. Understanding others, the other elements, and the other nations will help you become whole.
So what does Zuko do? He incorporates other elemental bending styles to perfect his firebending. For instance, in the catacombs, he was able to fight with the fluidity of a waterbender. I mean, take a look at him mimicking Katara's techniques and matching her in combat.
I thought you had changed!
This technique is a variant of water whips, using only fire. That's something only a skilled bender can do. It's so unique, and it pains me it isn't talked about enough. He also stalemated a bloodlusted psychotic Azula, who was going all out. You can see here he's using an earthbending technique at its finest. Wide stance, defensive, and a singular move.
What's the matter?
This right here, folks, is the air kicks, a move that Aang uses all the time. Only again, he does it with fire. In hand-to-hand combat, Zuko has demonstrated his abilities in outstanding ways. In fact, most of Zuko's fights don't involve bending at all.
You want a show? I'll give you a show.
I mean, look at this. His fight with Jet was incredible.
Bet you wish he helped you out with a little fire blast right now.
This is just pure martial arts and swordsmanship prowess. Unlike Zuko, Mako is usually a calm and collected individual. He is known for being cool under fire, and his fighting style reflects this.
His plan is working! Han is in the pool! They've got nothing left in the tank, and Mako is on the offensive!
He had the ability to generate and control lightning. A technique he used to blast Amon, not once, but twice, when he tried to yoink his bending. Even the blood-bending wizard admitted that he was impressed with his firebending skill.
It is almost a shame to take the bending of someone so talented. Almost.
Mako defeated Minghua solo. This is the same Ming who beat up Unalaq's twins in seconds. The same Minghua who was so dangerous, they had to lock her up in a cage inside a freaking volcano. Let's not forget that Ming is a member of the Red Lotus. And here's what Zuko said about them.
Do you have any idea the power these criminals possess? Individually, they could take down any bender. Put them all together, they could take down the entire world.
So Mako taking one of them down, that's huge! Mako was able to shut down a mecha tank quickly with lightning. Even sacrificing himself, just to destroy Kavira's giant robot. Now, we really don't talk enough about how impressive this feat truly is, because this just shows that Mako is capable of circulating large amounts of lightning for a long period of time. But outside of lightning bending, Mako has demonstrated great skill in traditional firebending combat. Dude was sending other pro benders flying across the stadium with his firebending punches.
What an unbelievable move! These ferrets aren't just bending the elements, they're bending my mind!
He shot powerful blasts down at a military camp and staggered Unalaq for a few minutes. Mako could create fire daggers for intimidation and even sneeze fire.
I'm about to... What?
He was able to propel himself and a plane with his firebending. Mako held his own against the lieutenant, who happens to be an incredibly skilled and agile non-bender. He could run across the wall with just firebending and send a grown man flying by throwing him over his shoulder. His rapid, concentrated fire attacks left Gazan little time to recover, and easily bursted through whatever quick defense Gazzy Baby managed to muster.
Give up, Gazan! You can't win!
There were no dramatic moves, yet it was quick, simple, strong, and effective. Mako is also very intelligent and a good detective. He deduced Varric's involvement in the embassy bombings and was crucial in exposing Aiwei as a member of the Red Lotus.
Nice job, Mako.
So who wins? Well, for this answer, we'll go over 3 main points: attacks, speed, and durability. But let's start with attacks.
If we knew each other back then, do you think we could have been friends too?
When we think of Zuko's firebending abilities, we should always remember that he was taught the true meaning and essence of firebending by the dragon masters themselves.
I saw so many colors. Colors I've never imagined.
Like firebending harmony.
Yes. They judged you and gave you visions of the meaning of firebending.
He's capable of performing the dragon's breath, which can only be done by people who have been chosen by the firebending masters. Mako, on the other hand, uses more of compact-focused fire blasts in battles, but that doesn't mean he can't produce bigger and more powerful fire blasts if he wanted to. After all, he did create an explosive fire blasts from great distance. However, it's still weaker than Zuko's dragon's breath, and even Azula's blue fire in terms of hotness. In other words, Zuko's dragon's breath is greater than Azula's blue flames, which is greater than Mako's basic fire. While Mako is a good firebender, he's lived on the streets for most of his life. He's a cop, a good one at that, but he's just a cop.
And no one saw it coming.
Actually, someone did. Remember Mako?
You've got a great officer on your hands.
Even though Zuko didn't exactly have a good childhood, man is royalty.
I want my father not to think I'm worthless.
I'm sure he doesn't. Why would he banish you if he didn't care? That came out wrong, didn't it?
After his banishment, he was prepared to face a 100-year-old avatar who mastered all 4 elements.
Hey! Over here!
Finally.
So he obviously had some intense training.
Is everything okay?
And you and I know how powerful the Dragon of the West is. Mako does pro-bending, where all you have to do is knock the enemies off the stage. Brute force can come in handy, but it's force versus precision, backed up by more force.
There's so much smoke and dust from the firefight, I can't even see where the fire ferret is!
Mako may lack in firepower, but he is still able to use lightning bending, which is much more faster to generate in The Legend of Korra. But the problem is, Zuko can redirect lightning.
What's the matter? Afraid I'll redirect it?
Dude reacted to it easily by his father and Azula, who are both superior than Mako in terms of lightning bending.
I'd really rather our family physician look after little Zuzu if you don't mind.
Even if Mako catches him by surprise and shoots him with lightning, we know that Mako's lightning isn't very potent. It couldn't even knock Amon out, even at point-blank range. However, there's a problem for Zuko, because there's one thing Mako has that Zuko lacks, and that's strong determination. But I won't say Zuko lacks it like that. I mean, dude was on a relentless pursuit of the Avatar.
Please sit. Why don't you enjoy a cup of calming jasmine tea?
I don't need any calming tea! I need to capture the Avatar! Helmsman, head a course for the light!
But here's the difference between them. Mako knows how to handle tough opponents. During his training with Zolt, and throughout his career, Mako has been knocked down many times. But he never stays down. He's an athlete. His mindset is unmatched by anyone else in the show, always believing he can win, even when things look bleak.
We can't let them take her.
Zuko, on the other hand, tends to panic when things get tough. He starts to lose his cool, like when he was banished and felt defeated.
Why can't I do it? Instead of lightning, it keeps exploding in my face. Like everything always does.
But Mako doesn't give up easily. He's been knocked down plenty of times before, but always manages to get back up. So why would he give in now? When Zuko struggles, Mako shines.
I'm surprised, Prince Zuko. Surprised that you are not at this moment trying to capture the Avatar.
I'm tired.
Then you should rest.
When it comes to speed, Mako was able to contend with Korra's firebending jet propulsion. Zuko's feat is more impressive, due to the fact that airbending is based on agility. And Zuko managed to keep up with an agile airbending master with moderate difficulty. He was able to light street lamps in seconds.
Okay, now you can look.
Oh, wow.
Zuko could even run across a wall to avoid spikes. This isn't meant to downgrade Mako's feat, but when you compare the two, it is easy to say which one is more impressive overall.
You've got something I want.
Moving on to durability, Mako and Zuko have both been blasted by combustion benders and lived to tell the tales, so I'll give them that.
We can't let them take her.
I don't think they're going to get far.
Mako has survived Equalist's attack numerous times. Knocked down from great heights with forceful impacts. Managed to still bend while under the control of a scary bloodbender. Dude even got tanked by his own lightning. Got injured a bit, but still. Zuko, on the other hand, could tank a bloodlusted Azula's lightning, which is directly superior to anything in Mako's arsenal.
Zuko!
He got blasted by a freaking bomb on a ship and survived.
You're alive?
You tried to have me killed!
Even with visible injuries, my man still endured and fought hard in the Northern Pole. So, when it comes to durability, I'll give it to both of them.
I'm perfectly capable of protecting him.
Well, aren't you a big girl now?
No.
Yes. Hand him over, and I won't have to hurt you.
With that being said, and based on what is shown, Zuko would most definitely wipe the floor against Mako, who is an inferior version of him. Mako is unfortunately outclassed in every way. Zuko is a precise and a methodical bender. In fact, he is a literal weapon, so Zuko wins.
Who are you?
My name is Zuko, son of Ursa and Fire Lord Ozai, Prince of the Fire Nation and heir to the throne.
If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Kindly leave your opinions in the comments and check out my other Avatar contents. Until next time, stay geeky.
Oh my gosh, it's Lord Zuko! I can't believe it! Forgive my brother. We're just really honored to meet you, sir.
It's a pleasure to meet you as well.